Can Yaman is back! And this time not just with his image. For years, his physical appearance was the first thing people noticed. Intense gaze, athletic body, magnetic presence. But those who got to know him through Daydreamer discovered something deeper. Can didn't act, he felt. Every scene was lived, not performed. That's what made him more than just a handsome face, a real actor. But when a star shines too bright, it can bother others. In Turkey, labels started piling on. Arrogant, egocentric, aloof. His fame became a double-edged sword. So he made a bold decision. He left. Not to run away, but to be reborn. In Italy, people saw him differently. They respected his discipline, his energy, his courage to start anew in another language, another culture. And he made it. Can Yaman didn't vanish. He evolved. Today, the atmosphere in Turkey feels different. The constant judgment and noise have faded. His country awaits him. Not to prove anything, he already has. But to see him again doing what he does best, moving people. It's about beginning from another place. With humility, peace and love. Turkey doesn't need the heartthrob. It needs the man, the soulful actor. Can, it's time to come back. Not just physically, but with your heart. Return to the sets, to those stories born from glances, to the magic you created with Sila Turkoglu. Relive that chemistry born from truth, not the script. Because true talent can be taught. It's felt, and you transmit it effortlessly. The doors of your homeland are now open. Sometimes, starting over is the greatest success. And it's never too late to come home. Demet Özdemir in turn represents far more than a successful actress. She is the silent symbol of a woman who fought for her place in an industry that constantly tested her, labeling her, idealizing her, and reducing her to a past love story that no longer defines her. Many still mention her only in connection with Can Yaman, as if her entire identity depended on that bond. But those who have truly followed her journey know she built more than a career. She raised her voice. Demet has been judged for her choices, her lifestyle, her silences, even her smiles. But she never needed scandals to stay relevant. Her strength lies in her quiet elegance, in growing without stepping on others, in turning personal phases into professional growth. Like Can, she faced pressure from fans, from the media, from a system that always demands more. And like him, she learned to protect herself, to defend her essence. Not out of coldness, but out of necessity. Some still insist she only shone with Can. I disagree. Her later roles speak for themselves. She's shown incredible evolution and emotional depth, proving she is one of Turkish television's strongest leads, on her own. In her private life, she chose silence and privacy. Some call it coldness. I see strength. In a world that demands constant access, she chose to keep something just for herself. Demet crossed borders. In Italy, Spain, Brazil. Her presence speaks a universal language. She didn't force international fame. She let it come naturally. As one comment wisely said, everyone has the right to live where they feel welcomed. And that applies to the heart too. Demet learned to live on her own terms. She doesn't aim to please everyone. She builds her path. And that to me is real success. Demet doesn't need anyone to shine. She shines alone and with her own light. Off-screen, he continues to shine. He launched charity campaigns for sick children and founded Can Yaman for children in Italy, all without cameras, quietly. He helps from the heart. For him, a child's sincere smile is worth more than 1,000 likes. Still, the tabloids reduce him to a mere sex symbol. They criticize his vacations, his photos, even how he walks. But they can't erase his consistency. The man on screen is the same one who helps strangers or plays with children expecting nothing in return. And that smile is not just aesthetics. It's a symbol of resilience, a tough childhood, and a career built step by step. That smile is his shield, his safe space, and his connection to the world. Can Yaman has done something rare, stayed true to himself in a world that demands masks. That's why he's more than an actor. He's a symbol of authenticity, dedication, and humanity. And that is worth more than any magazine cover. In a society that punishes strong women, she chose to resist. And in that silent act of courage, Demet Özdemir became a queen. Not of scandal, but of perseverance. Because one thing's certain, she's not giving up. And what's even better is that she's no longer alone. A key moment in Can's career was his relationship with Demet Özdemir. They starred in one of the most beloved series together. But while she evolved with new projects, he stayed stuck. Many believe he shined thanks to her, but he couldn't keep up alone. Another obstacle was his overpowering presence on screen, overshadowing his co-stars. Many actresses avoided working with him because their roles got sidelined. Stories revolved around him, leaving little room for strong female leads. That imbalance turned audiences away. As the Turkish entertainment industry moved towards deeper content on platforms like Netflix and Disney+, Can stuck to shallow roles. He failed to adapt to the new demand for emotional authenticity. So why doesn't Turkey want him back? Because times have changed. Today's viewers want humility, sincerity, and real emotion. Muscles and fame aren't enough. Success now is about touching the viewer's soul. And sadly, that's something Ken hasn't achieved yet. Demet Özdemir, however, has shown how to navigate fame's storm with strength and grace. Despite constant judgment and scrutiny, she stayed true to herself. She evolved, took on new roles, and didn't rely on scandals. She didn't meet expectation, she surpassed them. Many remember her for her relationship with Yaman, but what sets her apart is what she did after. She reinvented herself without losing her identity. With elegance, calm, and dignity, she made silence her greatest strength. Today, looking at her journey, all I can feel is admiration. Demet is more than a talented actress. She's a symbol of independence, strength, and silent evolution.